लेकिन for us, the Sopori family, and this is what Papa taught me and even Dadaji taught me, हमारी लाइफ, हमारे कंट्री के लिए it's so important कि हमें पर्सनल पेन्स एंड पर्सनल सॉरोज से ऊपर उठना पड़ता है, क्योंकि कश्मीर के कल्चर को अलाइव रखने में ही हमारे कंट्री के लिए वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. वी कांट लीव J&K जस्ट बिकॉज वहां पे मिलिटेंसी हो. थॉट एंड माय मैसेज इज एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर. कश्मीर हमारा है और हमें कश्मीर में काम करना है.
The image of PM Modi listening attentively to Vande Mataram played on the Santoor during the SCO summit in China is the most powerful image of Indian classical music and one of the most powerful for Indian soft power this year. It marks the journey of Santoor from Kashmir to Delhi to China. The extraordinary moment came when PM Modi, who's working tirelessly for India's soft power, stumbled upon a great story of Guru Shishya Parampara in Mimi, the Chinese musician who played it on the Santoor. Mimi, the musician from China, Shishya of late Pandit Bhajan Sopori ji and Pandit Abhay Sopori. भारतीय शास्त्रीय संगीत और संतूर की पॉपुलैरिटी और डिसाइपल्स पूरी दुनिया में हैं, लेकिन संतूर का चाइनीज कनेक्शन इसलिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि ये दोनों सभ्यताओं के जुड़ाव का तो है ही, संतूर और चाइनीज यांगचिन के कनेक्शन का भी है. नमस्कार, आई एम सुमति महर्षि. वेलकम टू दिस एपिसोड ऑफ संस्कृति विद सुमति. एक वाद्य यंत्र जिसका स्वरूप और सार दोनों भारतीय शास्त्रीयता से पनपे हों, कश्मीर के शैविज्म और धार्मिक इतिहास में जिनकी जड़ें रही हों, लेकिन फिर भी एक विचारधारा द्वारा उसे यहाँ वहाँ जहाँ तहाँ से आने वाला वाद्य यंत्र स्थापित करने में सदियों दशकों तक अपनी ऊर्जा केंद्रित करते रहे हों. उस वाद्य यंत्र को, उस संतूर को अपने ही सार और स्वरूप के संरक्षण के लिए सोचिए कितने सबल, समर्पित, डिटर्मिन्ड विद्वानों की आवश्यकता रही होगी. सोपोरी परिवार, जिससे पंडित अभय सोपोरी आते हैं, ऐसे ही विद्वानों की धरोहर है. संतूर मास्टर पंडित भजन सोपोरी अपने पिता और पूर्वजों से मिले ज्ञान से संगीत के अभ्यास और संतूर के स्ट्रक्चरल, म्यूजिकल, कल्चरल एवोल्यूशन को प्रबल स्वरूप देने में जुटे हुए थे. जब 1990 की वो घड़ी आई जिसने कश्मीरी पंडितों का जीवन अस्त व्यस्त कर दिया, सोपोरी परिवार को बहुत मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ा. कश्मीर जो उनके और उनके पूर्वजों की और संतूर और संगीत की भूमि है, उसे छोड़ना पड़ा. पंडित जी with his family and elders made a new beginning in Delhi. विकट स्थितियों के बाद भी पंडित भजन सोपोरी का साहस ऐसा था कि धरोहर को प्रिजर्वेशन का एक नया बेस मिला, रियाज को नया आधार, संतूर को नए श्रोता और दर्शक मिले, शास्त्रीय संगीत को पंडित जी की म्यूजिकल रिसर्च, थॉट, ज्ञान, फिलॉसफी, प्रैक्टिस के वास्ट रिजर्व्स मिले. एंड देन his son, disciple, associate Abhay Sopori ji would join him on the dais. For decades of learning under Guru Shishya Parampara from his father, Abhay ji had a challenging set of tasks in the process of practice and preservation. At the outset is the grammar and sahitya of classical music, and at the inset, the grammar and sahitya of instrumental music and instrumentation. संगीत के विद्वानों की 3 पीढ़ियों को एक साथ एक दूसरे के रियाज और विचार सुनते देखने का सौभाग्य मुझे मिला है, और उससे निकली है एक सीख. वो ये, there is no substitute for courage. To be a musician and maestro is one thing, but to be gurus and stir a real transformation through music in the lives of people, particularly the youth of Kashmir, is quite another. Pandit Abhay Sopori is not just preserving the Sopori Baj, the particular style and thought of playing the santoor. He is also preserving the Guru Shishya Parampara. He is preserving courage. So namaskar Abhay ji, welcome to Sanskriti with Sumati, and we are talking today during your tour for Spikmeke in Prayagraj, and the reason to speak with you is different from what we've taken up in the past. So your disciple Mimi recently presented Vande Mataram on the Santoor in the presence of PM Modi at the SCO summit in China. Congratulations for that, and she spoke beautifully. She mentioned you and Pandit ji. So tell us about the significance of this moment.
First of all, so nice to speak to you.
Same here. Yeah.
Not that I'm on your show, so I'll praise you, but having known you for so long,
thank you so much.
Having interacted on such wonderful subjects revolving around music. It's always been such a pleasure speaking to you.
All thanks to
And
you and Panditji and what you create. Yeah,
thank you so much. Uh,
thank you.
well, definitely, it's been a great moment for not just Mimi, but at the
Mhm.
same time for our Gharana, the Sopori Sufyana Gharana, and I
True.
think Indian classical music, art, and culture in general. Our Honorable Prime Minister going to China for the very important meet, and you know, Chinese musicians performing Indian music, performing on Indian instruments. I think that talks about the richness and the treasure of Indian music and tradition, and how it has impacted the entire world, and how they are so much in love with our music.
True.
Mimi basically, she's a wonderful musician and a very dedicated disciple. She always called, you know, Papa as Papa at times, or
Oh,
Guruji.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
of course, Mama has been always Mama. So she's just like, a younger sister to me. And she's a doctorate in music, having done her PhD in Santur itself,
Mm-hmm.
from the Chinese Conservatory, the Central Conservatory of Music, China, which is perhaps the biggest music conservatory of China.
Right.
And she's also, Chinese dulcimer musician. And when Papa went to China uh,
Hmm.
about 5-6 years back, about 6 years back. So
Mhm.
that's when she learned from Papa, and after that, I taught her online as well. And then I've been to China twice. I think for us it was so wonderful that when she told me that this is the opportunity that she's getting. So I knew, because having known Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, I know he always loves to stop and listen to
True.
music. And even if somebody comes and says, we want to take pictures with you, he's very open to
Yeah.
that. And
Right.
he breaks those protocols. For an
True.
artist, it really makes very
Hmm.
difference, a lot
Hmm.
of difference, that
Hmm.
the prime minister of a country is so open to taking pictures, selfies, and everything. And I think it was a great moment, wherein not only the santoor, but it's like taking the santoor to international level, because it's been all over in the news.
Yes.
The honorable prime minister tweeted the thing,
Yes. Yes.
and everybody messaged me, congratulated me. I think it's her hard work, her dedication, her devotion,
Hmm.
not only towards the santoor, but towards the guru parampara. And I'm
Right.
really so happy that even when she told me that honorable PM asked her, from where have you learned the
Oh,
santoor?
you
So
did.
she actually
Okay. Hmm.
named Papa, she named
Hmm.
me. And I think this is something which is the beautiful part of Guru Shishya Parampara, and she has actually learned in this system, and I'm
Hmm.
so proud of her.
True. So, this is the reason I thought I should be speaking with you, because we see a connection, and I looked at it more as a journey of the santoor, maybe from Delhi to China. Of course, the instrument is played and practiced in different versions across the globe. Of course, the Indian version is played and practiced across the globe, and I thought that it is the right time to explore how an instrument covers a journey across two different countries that share civilizational values. So, tell me about her journey to India. So, how were her lessons, and what was the riyaz like? How would she connect with the instrument? Because I am assuming that she has this instrument in her roots somewhere. So there was some familiarity, and there was familiarity with the strings as well. So how did it play out?
Well, see, she's yet to visit India.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
assuming that she's
because
come and learned here. Okay.
no, she
Wow.
learned when Papa had been to China, and for a couple of months, and after that, it's mostly been online. And in between, I have been to China twice. In 2023, I had been there as guest professor for Indian music. So that time again, we had lots of time to spend together,
Right.
and I could teach her. And again, after that, we had some online classes. And very recently, I was there for the International Dulcimer Festival, which was held in Beijing only. And again, we had, we spent a lot of time, taking various techniques of Santoor. The mean, the glide, and all these special, the features of the Sopori Baj which Papa has established. See, for me, how I see this, opportunity of Mimi performing before Honorable PM Modi ji is that Santoor goes to another level. It's like when I performed with the Bavarian State Orchestra almost a decade back, and Zubeen Mehta ji, the legendary conductor, he was, there, and I got the opportunity to co-conduct with him. Now, that took Kashmiri music to an altogether level.
It did.
And here again, I see a similar thing, that Indian Santoor, which is indigenous to Kashmir. We have these stories in which many, historians have actually said that Santoor came to India from Iran.
From Persia.
I really love Iranian Santoor. It's such a beautiful instrument. And I have even, now been, having been to China twice, one of very very good friend who is a professor of Iranian music there. I have taken his instrument. I have played that and seen, the dimension of the instrument while taking the instrument in my hand. Of course, I had seen the instrument earlier also. It's a beautiful instrument, but it has nothing to do with Indian instrument. Iranian Santoor has 72, traditionally it has 72 strings. Indian Santoor has 100 strings, and that's why the ancient name was Shatatantri Veena. And even in my research, which I have done very recently, my PhD, I have done that. I have focused on this point, that the Kashmiri Santoor is an instrument which reflects Kashmir in every aspect. The design of the Santoor, which Papa has already established, that it's part of the Shri Yantra. And that particular shape and everything, whether that's the shape of the talam, why 100 strings? We have the answers for these questions in Shaivism. It could have been, when you had 100 strings, one could even have 110. But having said that, what I mean to say is that an instrument which is basically a Kashmiri instrument, when it comes to a level where the international media is focusing, where a lot of the eyes are all towards the meeting of Honorable Prime Minister of India with the President of China. In between, Santoor comes up so beautifully.
And gently and beautifully.
It's beautiful thing for Indian Santoor, with origins of Kashmir. It's a beautiful thing. I think a beautiful tribute to the work that not only Papa has done, but I would say any musician of Santoor who has worked in Kashmir, in the entire country, And of course, Sopori Baj, we have a very special logo for our style of Santoor now, which carries a
Right.
sketch of Papa. And I
Right.
think that's how probably Honorable PM Sahab asked her that from where have you learned the Santoor? So I think overall it just takes Santoor to an altogether new platform where the world sees Kashmiri Santoor, Kashmiri Indian Santoor rather, but not focusing on just the state of J&K, but country as a whole. And certainly, I really expect more students, because in last 2-3 days I have got lots of queries that some children want to learn Santoor. So let it be. If it wants to come through foreign students, it's a welcome
Let
step.
Then so be it. So that's something very fascinating about Mimi, because she has not visited you, has not come to India, and she has learned the instrument, which has its basis strongly entirely on tuning those strings. So she has mastered it to an extent, and she tuned it to Vande Matram. So I find it impressive and fascinating. I wonder how she worked it out, and I'm sure it has practice and it has a good ear and behind it, and so on. So what do you have to say about the aspect of learning from distance? Because as far as we associate Guru Shishya Parampara with proximity, with the idea of the Shishya being at the residence of the Guru in a lot of cases, and taking lessons, taking riyaz, and it's a day long engagement with lessons and ragas and training. How does this aspect work out, especially when students are spread across the world?
I think the only good part of COVID, not hurting anybody because it's been a tragic time, but
Right,
the only
right.
good part of COVID has been that it taught to the world that a lot can be done online, and a lot
Right.
can actually be achieved without physically being present somewhere.
Yeah.
So, though it has had tremendous bad effect as well, because the entire youth is on mobile now, and we have no ways to
True.
control that.
True. Yeah.
So, but for somebody who is a professional and had it, I would say, if Mimi would not have been a musician, already been a musician, it would really would have been really tough. See, as we say, Sina Masina, like you said, हमारे Guru Shishya Parampara mein, what really makes a difference is that you sit with the Guru. आप अपने गुरु को अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. आप अपने गुरु, आपके जो गुरु हैं वो अपने आप में एक एनर्जी है. इट्स लाइक जिसे हम कह सकते हैं वो एक गॉड का स्वरूप है. अब गॉड को हम गुरु के ही थ्रू देखते हैं, बीट म्यूजिक और स्पिरिचुअलिटी. तो हमें अपने गुरु को अपने अंदर एब्सॉर्ब करना होता है. And that is what Guru Shishya Parampara is. That's why you see कि many of the students actually start behaving like their gurus. उनके बातचीत में फर्क आ जाता है. एक स्टूडेंट से कोई सिंगर है, उनके स्टूडेंट है, उनकी आवाज भी मैच हो जाती है. उनकी एक्चुअली आवाज कुछ और होती है, लेकिन वो इतना अपने गुरु को अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, इतना गुरु को अपने अंदर इम्बाइब करते हैं कि उनकी क्वालिटीज, उनका बातचीत उनके अंदर समा जाता है. एंड one doesn't have to be a photocopy, because that doesn't work. लेकिन उसके बाद आप उसको एक अपने तरीके से, एक अपना इंटरप्रिटेशन देके इस म्यूजिक फॉर्म को आगे लेके चलते हैं. दिस इज गुरु शिष्य परंपरा. I think in case of a student like Mimi, one, her complete faith in Guru. Well, अगर I remember this time when I went to China, तो वो मेरे साथ बैठी थी and she said कि कोई एक चीज ठीक से नहीं आ रही है. तो मैंने explain किया. I said this is how you'll be holding the कलम, और इस तरीके से रखना होगा. तो within a minute वो आने शुरू हो गया, which was not coming for quite a long time because मैं था नहीं, I meet her and online ये सारी चीजें थोड़ी सी difficult होती हैं.
Right.
She was so excited. She took videos, she took photographs,
I can imagine.
and she said, "This is the best thing that has happened this year." Next, I knew it's not going to last for too long. Next day, it was again at the same place. वो आया नहीं, and she was slightly upset. So one thing I told her, I said, "Mimi, this will take time. You know, ये आएगा जाएगा, धीरे धीरे करते करते ये stay कर जाएगा." Now she had faith in me. एक स्टूडेंट के लिए आई थिंक इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप अपने गुरु पे ब्लाइंड फेथ रखें. अगर आपके गुरु कहेंगे कोई चीज नहीं करनी है, देन यू डोंट हैव टू डू इट. क्योंकि जो गुरु है, जो टीचर है, वो एक विजन से आपको सिखाते हैं. पापा ने मुझे जब भी कुछ सिखाया एंड ही सेड कि अभी ये चीज प्रैक्टिस नहीं करना, अभी ये करना, ये 1-2 साल में खुद ब खुद डोर्स ओपन करेगा. सो अगर मुझे फेथ ही ना हो तो मैं तो आगे कभी जाऊंगा ही नहीं. मैं बस स्ट्रगल करता रह जाऊंगा कि मुझे तो बस इसी को ठीक करना है. एंड ये एक चीज स्टूडेंट के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. सो स्टूडेंट्स लाइक मी हु हैव फुल फेथ इन देयर गुरु, आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट पेज एंड दैट्स व्हाट हेल्प्स देम. एंड फिर God is somewhere there. And then you get opportunities like these, that you get to showcase your talent in front of the entire world. I think what a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for her. And as it is, she is a wonderful human being. And I'll tell you something, in between this. When I went to China after Papa, so for 10 days or 2 weeks, जितना भी मैं वहाँ पे था, so she was spending as much time as possible, but when it came, she dropped me at the airport. वो emotionally उस वक्त इतना hit हो गई, and she started crying like she started crying like anything, and I had to actually hold her and hug her. And, it's something that we have to deal with. This is the reality of life. So she was so attached to Papa that even now, अगर मैं पापा की बात करता हूँ, she has tears in her eyes. So she has been, even in the little time that she spent with Papa. So Guru ki blessings to Guru ki blessings.
Which brings me to you, and it wasn't a question I was planning to ask, not in this chat, and I thought I'd talk at some other time about it, maybe privately, but let people who are watching this and listening to us also know this. We have been speaking about Mimi's bond with an instrument which has a guru in the background. Now, I have witnessed the bond that you had with your guru and father, and it's been 3 years that he's passed. So only if you want to answer this, how has your journey been since he left us? How I'm sure that there are junctures in your playing, in your riyaz, when you're perhaps engaging with the raga, or it's something, it's an embellishment, or it's something grammatical, or something that has to be connected with the shastra and applied to playing. But I'm sure there have been so many moments when you have tried to overcome the absence in the physical sense. So how have you overcome it in the spiritual sense, in the sense of riyaz? What is guiding you while he's not there to guide you directly? It's a difficult question.
Well, had you asked this question some 6-7 months back, तो मैं answer ही नहीं कर पाता because emotionally it has taken me a lot of time. And इतना भी हुआ that Ragini, my wife, finally she told me that you actually need to go and meet a doctor now. So I actually went to a neurologist, and a cousin of mine. So I went to her and I told her, I said, I'm not able to get over it. And she, just like a good listener, she heard me properly. She listened to me.
Hmm.
And then she said, Abhay, what makes you think that you'll ever be able to get over it? You know, हमें कभी जिंदगी में चीजें पता होती हैं, but हमें सामने से कोई चाहिए होता है जो सेम चीज हमें बोले. And that was
Right.
what happened that day. She said, अगर तुम ये करते रहोगे कि मैं get over कर जाऊंगा and you know one day I'll be over it. So she said, it's not going to happen. So you had multiple relations with your father, guru, parent, that too such close relation, and then associate का आप लोग एक साथ वर्क करते थे. So क्या क्या तुम अपने माइंड से निकालोगे? You have to, and I think this is what everybody really needs to understand. हम इंग्लिश में कहते हैं time is the biggest healer. I think that's one of the biggest lies. Nothing
Yes.
heals with time. You just get used to it.
Right.
You
Right.
just get used to the fact that, okay, fine. In my case, Papa physically is not there, and I have to live with this fact, and I have to live with the fact that it's only his physical presence which is not there.
Hmm.
And अगर मैं उसको एक बहुत spiritual side से देखूं, तो I never feel his absence at all. You know? And I can actually tell you कि अगर मैं कभी भी किसी चीज में फंसता हूँ, मुझे रास्ते मिलते हैं. So this is the relation of a शिष्या with the guru.
Right. Right.
कि आप एक अपने आप को उस लेवल पे ले चले जहाँ पे it's only the physical presence that is missing. The connect cannot go anywhere. How can that go anywhere? मैं तो एक पार्टिकल उन्हीं का ही हूँ. मुझे पापा ने एक बड़ी अच्छी चीज बताई थी long time back, decades back. कुछ ऐसे ही मैं उनसे पूछ रहा था and I said, Papa, do you really believe in rebirth? And Papa said, see, there are various angles to it. One is कि हम rebirth को उस sense में लें जिसमें बात होती है. The second is, you are my rebirth. And this is Papa, what he told me almost 2 decades back. He said, one day when you take charge of the place जो आज मेरी है, so that would be my rebirth. तो अब उस टाइम पे तो मुझे कुछ खास समझ में आया नहीं. उन्होंने जाहिर है और भी बहुत कुछ बोला था, लेकिन टुडे आई अंडरस्टैंड कि वो रिबर्थ क्या पापा ने बात की थी. So his disciples today, they are looking at me as their guru, as the head of the gharana, and I have to be with them. And that's what I explained to myself. I said, I cannot be weak emotionally because मेरे ऊपर एक responsibility है of this 300-year-old legacy, the legacy of my father and my grandfather, the responsibility of all my disciples जो पापा से सीखे हैं, जो नए आए हैं. And today with the grace of God, there are students like Mimi. There's another student in Argentina. He's doing extremely well. There's a student in Colombia. There are students in Europe, US, across the globe. अगर मैं वीक हो जाऊं तो वो तो सारे बिखर जाएंगे. So
Right.
मुझे अपने पर्सनल उससे ऊपर उठना है. This is the power which my guru has given me.
So coming to connection, you keep traveling to Kashmir and you've gone there several times. Of course, we spoke about the 2015 concert, which was a collaboration with Subir Mehtaji. But you keep going back to Kashmir, and it is to connect with students, it's for performance, and I think you were recently honored by LV Shri Manoj Sinha. So could you tell me about the most recent set of visits and what have you seen improved or improving in terms of performance and learning and art and culture there?
See, Kashmir, we basically left Kashmir in 1990 because of the entire unfortunate exodus.
Right.
Lekin for us, the Sopori family, and this is what Papa taught me and even Dadaji taught me. हमारी लाइफ, हमारे कंट्री के लिए it's so important कि हमें पर्सनल पेन्स एंड पर्सनल सॉरोज से ऊपर उठना पड़ता है. तो अगर कश्मीर से निकलने के बाद मैं इस सौरों में था कि व्हाट हैपेंड इन कश्मीर, दैट कुड हैव स्टॉप्ड मी फ्रॉम गोइंग बैक, क्योंकि कश्मीर के कल्चर को अलाइव रखने में ही हमारे कंट्री के लिए वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। वी कांट लीव जे.एंड.के जस्ट बिकॉज वहां पे मिलिटेंसी हो गई। सो इस टाइम पे भी मेरा मोटिव ये था, आई मीन वी हैड लिटिल fund which got arranged through some CSR project, or CSR project था कि we should concentrate on youth, which is the agenda of Samut also. लेकिन मेरा एक एजेंडा दूसरा भी था, that I wanted to go back and let the world know that कश्मीर हमारी कंट्री का एक इंटीग्रल पार्ट है। कल्चरल टूरिज्म बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है हमारे कल्चर के लिए भी, टूरिज्म के लिए। अब अगर टूरिस्ट ही नहीं है तो कल्चरल टूरिज्म कैसे आगे ग्रो करेगा? और कश्मीर में अगर हम इन म्यूजिशियंस को देखें, जो हमेशा से सोपोरी फैमिली का ये रहा है, हर ऑड में व्हेन वी वर द विक्टिम्स ऑफ द एंटायर ट्रबल, उस टाइम पे भी पापा कश्मीर जा रहे थे, वहां काम करा रहे थे, वहां के म्यूजिशियंस को कॉल कर रहे थे, क्योंकि कपड़े तो एक जैसे हैं इधर भी, अक्रॉस द बॉर्डर भी, लैंग्वेज भी एक जैसी ही है। वो क्या चीज है जो हमें डिफरेंशिएट करती है? दैट इज आवर आर्ट एंड कल्चर। राइट। और आई एम नॉट क्रिएटिंग एनी कल्चरल बॉर्डर्स।
Right.
Music is beyond borders. But
you haven't. You've never created cultural borders. You've always been, you've done collaborations. You've involved the youth. I've seen so many of those disciples stay at your place, learn, be there just as family. So you haven't drawn borders.
And just see, क्या खूबसूरत बात है अभी कि जो बच्चे घर में थे, सीख रहे थे, आज उनका PhD हो गया है, वो बच्चे वापस कश्मीर गए हैं, they have become assistant professors and they are teaching there now. And I was fortunate enough to introduce वहाँ पे, it took me almost 7 years. सभी सेक्शंस में, सभी सेक्टर्स में सबको कन्विंस करना पड़ा, बट फाइनली वी हैव मास्टर्स इन म्यूजिक इन कश्मीर नाउ। तो 1950 में जो दादाजी ने बैचलर्स इन म्यूजिक शुरू करवाया था, वो 2025 में पहला बैच मास्टर्स इन म्यूजिक आ रहा है। सो नाउ दीज आर द चिल्ड्रन जिनके शोल्डर्स पे मैं ये कर पा रहा हूँ। अगर ये होते ही नहीं तो मास्टर्स कौन सिखाता?
राइट।
तो ये एक से एक जो चीज है वो आपस में जुड़ी हुई है। माय थॉट एंड माय मैसेज इज एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर। कश्मीर हमारा है और हमें कश्मीर में काम करना है, और वहां के लिए हमें हर चीजों से ऊपर उठ के हमें वहां के आर्ट और कल्चर के लिए काम करना ही है। सो जब हम आर्ट और कल्चर के लिए काम करेंगे तो वहां के म्यूजिशियंस की भी बात आती है। हमें बहुत कुछ म्यूजिशियंस के लिए करना है। इन लास्ट 3.5 decades, 1990 से लेके 2025 तक, we have already lost a lot, and this is what defines Kashmir. और जितना भी एक इंटरनेशनल इंटरेस्ट से जो कश्मीर के ऊपर थोपा जाता है कि ये तो ईरान से आया, ये वहां से आया, ये उधर से आया, कश्मीर तो कश्मीर है। वो कश्मीर थॉट ये है कि वो बीमार हो जाता है तो कहता है कि मैंने नॉन कश्मीरी लौकी खाई इसलिए मैं बीमार हो गया। ये तो कश्मीरी थॉट है। तो उसको, जिसको लौकी नहीं पच रही बिना डल के, तो वो कल्चर अडॉप्ट करेगा किसी और जगह का, एंड दैट टू थाउजेंड्स ऑफ किलोमीटर्स अवे। ऐसा नहीं होता। तो हमें इस चीज का ध्यान रखना है। कश्मीर का जो शेवाइट फलसफा है, हमें उसको अलाइव रखना पड़ेगा। आज कई लोग कहते हैं कि कश्मीरियत जो है वो अब नहीं रही, because one section of the society is not there in Kashmir. But मुझे लगता है कि क्या हम गिव अप कर दें? Never. अगर हम नेगेटिव फोर्सेस को ये पावर देंगे कि हम उनसे डर गए और हम वहां जाना कम कर लें, हम वहां ना जाएं, तो वो तो फिर अपने उस वर्क में सक्सीड कर गए जो वो चाह रहे थे। वो तो यही चाह रहे थे कि हम अपनी जगह ना जाएं। आर्ट और कल्चर इसमें सफर करता है। At least that's not what I have learned from my grandfather and father. So we have
So
to
I
work.
think
जब हमें वर्क करना है तो हमें सबके लिए काम करना है. हमें कल्चरल फील्ड के लिए भी काम करना है. हमें कल्चरल फील्ड में रहने वाले आर्टिस्टों के लिए, म्यूजिशियंस के लिए, वहाँ के राइटर्स के लिए, और सबको मिलके काम करना है.
true. So I think as far as this task is concerned, Panditji's memory, your work, and your disciples will play a very significant role. Thank you so much for talking to us. Namaskar.
Thank you so much.